crappy mistake. Whoops. That's alright. I don't know how many people. Oh, well, I guess people did hear my crappy mistake. Alright, let me get everything kind of fixed to where it should be. Let's see what kind of havoc I can cause tonight. Welcome, Adam, to the chat. Yes, I have crickets. Crickets for when the stream goes quiet. They're great to have around. I also have Jeopardy. Turn that one up. Let me turn me up so you can hear me. How's that? That should be a little better. I have Jeopardy. I have boxing bells. I have the gas station bell. Hello, Sasuke. How are you doing? It's nice to see you in the chat. It really is. Let me. What am I doing? I moved the windows around for this because I'm not doing the show. So I moved a whole bunch of stuff around so I can see different things better than others. So let me. I'm gonna. Where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go to the graveyard hangout for now, I guess. I am muted. Nobody's in there. Hello, Cryptic. This is just. Hey, it's a celebration. I should have gotten balloons or something on here. I was going to do this tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow, the 7th, is my 1 year on YouTube since I uploaded my very first video. Yay! Hold on, I got something. I've been on here for 1 year. It's wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if everybody likes the setup. I thought it looked kind of cool when I was making it. Not 100% anymore. But that's what I did. Also, because I like to, we're gonna mess with the bots tonight, guys. So get your ideas together. We'll see what we can do, and we'll add in some more commands. Maybe we'll make the bots flip out. All right. Let's see. What do I got going here? My bots are bouncing in and out of the room on me. That's what's going on. Okay, that's messed up. That's seriously messed up. So, I want to thank any and every single person who watches this, whether it be live or whether it be on replay. I want to thank you for being a subscriber or hitting the like button or donations or showing up in chat, coming on the show. Whatever it is you have done, I want to say I appreciate it. That's what we're doing here. Now, because I broke that fun 200 mark, this show, whoever shows up will get a wrench. After tonight's show, we're gonna go to I will entice wrenches for guests on the stream. Something is rebooting on my screen on me, and I do not like it. But we'll deal. Messing with Nightbot tonight, yes. We're going to add some more fun commands because those who show up in a chat like this are probably going to show up in a regular chat and contribute to all of the fun that I have. I feel like I should have some music playing or something in the background. I probably should have done a search. Again, I also set it up if somebody wants to come in and say hello, hang out for a few minutes. I am in my Discord. All you gotta do is ask for the Discord channel. You will come into a place called the field. Or do you come into the valley? I forget whether you come into the valley of the shadow of death or whether you come into the field. Or if you're already there, you can get right into the hangout. So, let's see. I was going to open another YouTube window and see if I can kill my stream by accident. And I am looking for instrumental, I think. Uh-oh. Andy Worski and JF went live with an IQ challenge AI debate on adult films. Yay. Feel free, if you feel so enticed, to leave me for Andy Worski. I understand. because I'm not all that interesting right now. What am I? What do I need to search for to use music? Doesn't it need to be free to use? N-I-N-S-T-R-U-M-E-N-T. Painting, so may not chat much. You know what? I just appreciate that you're there in the chat. It puts one little tick on the viewer count for a little while, and you get to hang out. Thank you, Maddie. It's been a it's been a hard push just to get to 200. Everybody knows that these days, but hey, I'll call it an accomplishment nonetheless. Um, I am now looking for free to use, non commercial, free promotion. What does that mean? That means I'm going to turn this way down. We're going to turn this down. We're going to take the lights down nice and low. Has anybody got any requests? I probably won't take music requests tonight. I'm sorry. Queen
Oh,
eight.
you have a house guest.
Yeah, they're up in my son's room right now. I think my daughter passed out.
I thought you meant a show guest.
No, I wish I had a show guest. No, I have a friend, somebody in my house, and so, like I said, the timing of my shows work around what's going on.
Real life.
Yeah. So I have an interesting few things prepared for my audience tonight. I don't know. Hey, Joshua Janish, you are new to the chat. Welcome. This will be the last free assignment night for wrenches, and now you have one.
Congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate, don't get me wrong, I try not to push to grow, but I try to work hard at growing and at bringing something that people enjoy and that somewhat serves a purpose. Um, I really do focus on if I'm going to be a YouTuber and think I'm going to do something good, then what I have to do is put the effort in. What?
You're roboting a little.
Oh, well, let me get rid of some of this music for a minute now that I got somebody to talk to.
Okay.
And then I'll stop fucking around with my Discord for a minute. I'm just clicking shit all over the place, guys. I've got Windows loaded to play with every bot I got. I got a little fun show set up if anybody feels to be entertained by the laughs of me over 1 year. And Data, you're probably the perfect person to show this. So Data and I, it's nothing fancy yet, but I'm working on a new show that's going to launch at this time tomorrow night with Data called the Numbed Wasteland, where we're going to look at some things. And
Skull is the executive producer and chief bottle washer.
I haven't gotten very far. How do you guys like what I did with this stream? I hope the flashing doesn't bother anybody around the edges. I went through and created a whole bunch of stuff. That's not me.
No, that's me. Is it too loud?
Well, yeah, hold on. I went through and created a whole bunch of stuff for the edges, trying to create some cool effects and then change them around a little bit. We'll see how that goes. I also got a few clips of old videos, very, very short videos that I had when I first started. And I think that'll be cool for you to watch because I will let everybody know that I started with Windows Media Player and free download apps and whatever I could find. And I just learned how to trim the pictures back to be somewhat the right aspect. I learned how to just make things work and mess with settings enough to get cool effects, which is kind of still what I do. In that, I have... Oh, wow, I have a lot in here. I have this one. You will be able to hear it through Discord, but you won't be able to see it. The audience will. It's one of my first... Actually, this is my first video. Maybe. Hold on. Is it loading? I am the numbskull. The things you say can't hurt me, but boy, do I blow my top when I see something stupid. I was listening to a live stream yesterday when somebody had mentioned if you search Google on how to raise a boy right, you will come up with this. If you search the same thing but with girls, you come up with this. Maybe somebody will have to explain to me how in the world that we live in, it's okay to teach women, mothers, that they should kill their child before it's born, that they should teach him to be a girl, to be gay, to not have a father figure around, and to all in all not be a boy at all. But girls are taught to be strong and defiant and to create their own way. Now, I am not at all against girls doing what they feel they should or encouraging them to do better for themselves. However, not at the expense of making men become the pets to women or obsolete to them altogether. Children need to not be divided up into groups of boys or girls, but be individualized as children and raised to how it is seen fit to grow them as a person individually, not saying that boys are better than girls or girls are better than boys or that one race, religion, or country is better than another. So that one goes on for like another minute, and I hate long videos, especially my own. But that was my first video with Windows Media Player and the plastic skull that sits on my shelf that this is all modeled after.
That's pretty funny. It
Are
doesn't
you
take much, does it?
no? Are you feeding through speakers or are you feeding through a relay on your computer?
I'm feeding. I'm just playing a little bit of music through Chrome through my speakers.
How is everybody? I appreciate everybody for showing up. Yep, this layout I have set up, I literally just set up for this stream tonight. Obviously, some people recognize the spinning earth. I just think the spinning earth is cool. That's me. And then I messed with some shit I had, moved it around, played with it for a while, and then realized, oh crap, I'm doing this tonight, so I'm not going to be able to make a whole lot more to put on here. But what I did do, and I got a few cooler ones, I didn't label what all the videos I threw on here are. I picked out 10 short clips of when I did videos and sort of like a progression of how I learned how to do things. And I thought some of them were pretty cool. I probably won't get to all of them, but since Dad and I are doing
This
a
was
show, what?
this
What?
was all. This is all within the past 2 years.
No, 1 year.
1 year. So this is a year ago today. Let's say.
A year ago tomorrow morning, I made the video the day before, and then I uploaded it the next morning, and then just literally first video sat there and watched to see how many people I could get in to watch it. How does it work? How do I get people? Hey, irate bear. I should toss irate bear a link, but he's probably getting ready for bed. Irate bear was one of the irate bear, suit yourself, undoomed, and there's a couple other ones that I was watching at the time, and they're all like, well, if you want to start a channel, now's probably a good time. And I was like, you know what, I do have shit to say. And then I saw the article and I was like, you know what, fine, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna post it. And I sent tweets out to a couple of them, and I got Irate Bear to come check out the first video and leave a comment on my first video, and that had me going. I tell you what, for weeks that had me just, okay, Irate Bear said I can do this, just get a little better at the, a little practice, I'll get good at this. And I just kept working and working and working, and I honestly think what I can put out now is greatly improved from what I used to be able to do. Here is
Yeah,
another short
I
clip.
think we've come a long way.
I'm going to throw another short clip up if you could lower that volume just for a moment. It takes a second to load.
By the way, you won't get I'll bet. What the heck are you doing?
I'm playing the intro to a video.
Did you actually record that flush?
Hold on. This is a short video. It's like a minute.
No, this is real situation at hand. I have a gun. I want food right now. I want food right now. I don't want you to call the cops. I want food. I'm assaulting you. I'm trying to understand. I want the cops. I want food. I want food. Honey, what's up?
This is one of my first videos. I was happily entertained. I didn't know what to look for, and I looked for crazy, and I found this short clip of a woman going crazy in like a McDonald's or a Burger King type restaurant. And she's just flipping out, going, I want you to call the cops. Give me my food. Give me my food now. I am assaulting you. I am assaulting you. And I could not help but break out laughing. That's not my laugh. That was before I could do any audio effects whatsoever on my videos, and I literally just went looking through sound clips that I had and could find to do it. Luna, welcome. Hopefully the bots aren't horrible to everybody, but sit down, shut up. I'm trying to watch the show. How rude. Damn viewers think they're the only one. Huh. That was a fun one to program in. It gets 4 returns on it. That one was, I was clapping. That's another thing I've worked really hard on, is getting the bots to be fun. America. Fuck yeah. 2. Let's see. So what did I play? I played 2. So I've got a couple of these ones in here, I have to say, are probably personal favorite instances throughout a year, where you learn how to do something and go, that is so cool, I gotta post it. And a couple of these come into that category. A couple of these come into, wow, I just learned how to do this. They just needs to be seen. So what is number 3? That's all I have written down, is number 3 choice view.
Let's make sure nobody in chat dies today.
I hope nobody dies. If they do, I have a graveyard.
Is that your intro? Is that your intro for every video?
Just for a few of them. I changed it every couple of weeks. The intro and the trigger tag and the disclaimer. Hold on.
Alexa.
Yes.
Oh, well, hey there, Alexa. How you doing? Would you like to get together sometime?
Watch the flush.
When do you think would be good?
Tonight.
I suppose you want me to come over there.
Yes.
So where do you live?
In Vienna. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh God.
That has to be one of my favorites. I searched Skull randomly and to see if I found myself after I've done several videos, and that popped up, and I started watching it. I was like, ooh, I can have some fun with that. I cut the whole video. It's a 45-second clip. This guy hooked up a Halloween skull to his Alexa and made it move and talk, made it move when the Alexa spoke. And I thought, this is hysterical. No. Oh, I gotta turn it off. I don't want to watch the commercial. I don't get any money on the commercial, so it's not my video.
Why not?
Because I don't have, what is it? 4,000 hours?
Whoa. You mean they actually run commercials on your vids, but don't?
No. If a commercial plays after my vid, then it's in between mine and the next video, and it doesn't count towards me. I know that.
That seems a little unfair.
I have to, 10 times where I am right now in view time before I'm eligible to earn any money. But what did you guys think of Alexa meeting NumbedSkull? That was certainly interesting.
That was definitely funny.
Just a dumb kind of funny, just because. Here we have, again, another one. It's just labeled number 4. And they sort of progressed through how I became... Oh, this one's the cool one. So this was me following a tutorial video through Blender, and I actually created that napkin in the glass bowl in Blender in 3D, followed the tutorial completely to the letter, and did that.
Very cool.
I thought so. That's why when I finished it, I added like a wave splash sound effect and posted that up.
So you're pretty good at Blender?
I'm getting better.
Blender is a 3D drawing program. It allows you to make objects in 3D, and also it's used in importing to video games a lot of times.
I tell you this, I can sit and use Blender. I start to get a little confused with the 3D mapping and I started getting texturing pretty good though. I watched a couple of really good tutorials. There's one guy, Darren Lyle, I want to say, and there's a couple other really good ones that do some hour-long tutorials that are really good if you follow along. And when I say follow along, I mean pause 300 times to make me
Yeah,
find the settings.
I heard the software itself isn't very user friendly. You can sit, you can't really muddle through.
Okay, so here's the problem. I learned in a VOTEC course in high school, and I took a course in college for 3D CAD, computer aided design and drafting. Now, in high school, say that again?
It looks like Amanda did too.
Yeah, in high school, I used AutoCAD R14 the first couple months of the first semester and AutoCAD R15 for the rest of the first and the whole second. When I say semester, I mean like year of school. And then in college, I got a college edition revision of R15, which was just about to expire because they were renewing it at that time. So that's how far back I go. When I sat down to Blender, it was definitely a challenge. It's not as quick as using the high-end AutoCAD programs, but once I can find what the shortcuts are, like I wrote down a list of all the shortcuts and the secondary shortcuts and the hotkeys, and once I got through a few of those, I started moving quicker and quicker. But again, once I got the character made and I went to texture mapping and layout, that starts to get a little harder. It's fun though.
Yeah, I mean, you just went through a very long diatribe on what I just said, which was, I heard it was kind of user unfriendly.
It's not user unfriendly. What it is obviously AutoCAD is a whole lot more expensive. It's a whole lot easier to use. It's a matter of where is the setting, and in Blender there's so many settings, there's so many places you can put the settings, there's repeats of certain settings on more than one bar that do the same thing at the same time, and it looks and gets so confusing when you start, but the quicker you get through it, the more you understand why there's so many layouts, because there's so many different things you can do that it offers you different ways to do those things, and it's awesome.
That, and I heard it's also about keeping your triangles at a low amount. In other words, the more triangles you have to build your object, the laggier it'll be for people to resolve it in a 3D environment.
The pixels, not triangles, I think.
Well, I'm not sure it's pixels. I think it's like the I don't know.
It has to do with your rendering, okay?
Right.
So it's not about how large the file is when it's in there necessarily. It's about the texture mapping, the quality, the glares, the light. It takes so many different things into perspective and then renders each and every individual frame to the specifications. And then once you've rendered all of the frames, you can go back through and render the video either on Blender or on another program.
Polygons.
Polygons.
That's what I'm thinking of, not triangles, polygons.
I don't know. I haven't run into a problem.
Pardon?
I haven't run into a problem. It's usually the higher quality or the more lighting I do, the harder my computer and the longer my computer works at creating a video.
So let's see the next video.
What did we do? We did number 3. So here's number 4. This one's 15 seconds. Oh no, we did number 4.
Did we?
Okay, so we're on number 5.
Oh, well, no, we didn't watch it. Or was that?
I can
We
watch
didn't
number
watch
4
number
again.
4.
I think
We
it's just
started
cool.
talking about number 4.
Here we go again. Remember, that's all 3D in a program. None of that's real. And then here's number 5. I just got a glimpse and then forgot which one this was. 35.6. This is an intro I created. Hey, you found the NumbedSkulls channel. I'm constantly changing my work, constantly improving, learning how to do things better. Please don't hesitate to hit me up. Start a conversation, let me know where I can improve, give me some ideas for future work, and definitely check out my social media and subscribe. You can find me, just search Numbed Skull. Now, I know you're hearing the thunder separately from what you're seeing, but I spent an entire day. This is funny because in order to make that thunder and lightning, what I did was I took a picture of the skull and I ran it through a photo program and created 9 different shots of the numbskull in different colors. And then I
Okay.
ran those shots as fast as I could. And in certain spots with longer spikes of lightning, I doubled the shot run, and then I spliced out enough shots to line the sound and the frames up while shortening everything. And then after, literally, I spent probably 12, 13 hours that day working on 30 seconds worth of lightning. And I got done. I was like, "This is so cool. I gotta post something. I'll do a promo for my page with this. This is pretty nifty, cool looking. Thunder and lightning all lined up on that."
And I thought you were going to say you were standing out in the middle of a rainstorm to record the lightning and the sound.
No, but I tell you what, it's really hard to get the right sound for something, the right sound clip even, and then put that in your computer and try to get it down to what you're looking for, and then take that 5-second sound clip and then line up like, I don't know, 60 different frames in there in different places to line up.
Do you ever watch AIU?
Somebody gave me the link. I think I've watched a couple, but I haven't gotten into a lot of the content.
So
I think it was
a lot of times he'll do a live stream with him actually doing the sound work on his videos. He does like song mashups and
See,
commentation.
my dilemma is I stopped doing videos, and the reason I kind of felt the need to stop doing videos is I was watching other people's video content get flagged for saying the wrong thing against somebody, so I started getting, alright, well, if people are going to flag people and come after you for using their content for commenting on until you can resolve this, well, I don't want to run into that problem. What I want to do is create more of my own work.
Right.
And I've really made a strong effort for a while, literally, just to create everything. Okay, I'm going to find a picture of a gun. I'm going to take that gun. I'm going to turn that gun around. I'm going to turn it into a 3D gun. I'm going to find a bullet. I'm going to make that bullet the size of the gun. I'm going to change this and change that. So I'm taking something and just completely creating whole different things out of stuff so that it's not reusing somebody else's work. And then I'm
the only reason I mentioned it is you can actually watch him go through the process of lining up the images, lining up the sound, slowing the sound down, editing the sound, cutting out all the dead air, removing any particular sounds that he doesn't like, all that stuff. It's kind of interesting. You there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I need to look at in the chat. Malevolent Rider asked, "What's Blender?" It's a 3D. It's actually a 2D and a 3D drafting and rendering program. It's also a video rendering program. It also does some Photoshop work if you really play with it. It's not supposed to, but it does. It does clay modeling, 3D clay modeling in one of the settings in there. It does light, what is it called? Light rasterization. I forget how that goes. I'm still learning a whole bunch of it, and the more I work on other things, the less time I get on that, and I really need to sit down and take like a day for Blender. But since I've been doing 5 shows a week, I spend a lot of time trying to consume material to keep coming up with questions, because when you stare at one word for 30 minutes trying to come up with something to say about it, and then try to come up with a question to ask about what you're saying, it racks the brain.
I guess, Ryder, I guess you just proved yourself wrong. He said the bots were rigged, and he was losing. He just won 1,000.
We're gonna mess with the bots here too. I just played 5. Let's try to run through a couple of these. I only put 10 in, and I thought that might be too many, but like I said, a couple of them are really short. Here's an 11-second one.
Trigger warning.
That is literally all that was. I was playing with how to make static, how to, this was after I did the lightning. I was playing with how to make the flashes, how to make the static, how to blend the pictures together to get different looks, how to phase things in and out in those pictures. I was teaching myself how to make effects, and when I came up with stuff that actually came up like it did in my head, I used it. I thought it would be cool, and I threw it up there. Because what do you do when you're playing with a hobby and trying to learn how to do things? You just make it and throw it up there. Let's see. Birding through some of these choices. This one is 42 seconds. This is one of my more recent intros.
Great. By the way, Joshua, you do have a YouTube channel. I guess you're just not using it.
Every now and then, say.
I don't know if anybody caught this for one of the first clips. The intro to one of the first clips was an audio that I tried to use that I caught with my phone from watching the actual movie, because I thought to be funny the sound clip from the Ghostbusters song, the clip that goes, "Bustin' makes me feel good," would be an awesome clip to open a video to. And then I used it once or twice, and I didn't like it anymore. So what did I just do? I just did number 7, I think. So let's do number 8. In order, of course, I think.
That could be scary.
The best way I could come to
That could be.
Oh no, QKS, you guys are welcome to rip that intro. Anytime you do a QKS response, you are welcome to use that during your intro, because I laugh when I hear it. Do you remember in the 70s and 80s and 90s, there was that whole, well, if you turn the record backwards while you're listening to the song, it plays the devil's music?
Yeah, you could actually hear it say things.
Yeah, well, did you hear it say things? Funny raw wheat. Something like that.
Funny raw wheat.
Funny raw wheat. We could play that again, but it's creepy. Yeah, man, you heard the funny raw wheat in the music, man. The devil is talking through queer kid stuff. Spread the word, the music tells us everything. Uh, I didn't open my voice changer today. Damn. I want to say, moving on, the last two I threw on here were two of my favorites, and they're both about 5 minutes long. However, I can turn the audio down on them and we can let them play for the fun galore they create because they make me hungry. Let's see. Can I turn the audio down on these? Probably not.
Your sound is.
I can do that. We'll bring that down just a bit on that level. Oh, look at those marshmallows. Who doesn't like a nice chewy Rice Krispie treat?
Is that your hand?
Yes, that's my hand.
Very cool.
Yes, I have a hand.
It's not too
bony.
bony. Now, it would be really funny if you had worn one of those gloves with the bones.
I think I'm bony enough. I like Rice Krispie treats, and my kids do too. I do a lot of cooking, so hand docs. I have pale skin. Also, it's fall or winter. When did I make this? I think it's somewhere around Thanksgiving-ish.
I've seen paler. I've seen the English vacationing here in Miami, and they're a lot whiter.
You don't want to see me in summertime. I tan. I will.
Lobster
Yeah.
or brown.
I'll keep going. I'll lobster and then keep going brown after I peel. But if you like Rice Krispie treats, I forget exactly what I did when I made these. But the whole recipe, everything you need, should be either in the description and or in the video. I made a lot.
Have you ever thrown mini M&Ms?
Hold on, watch.
Okay.
I don't think I used M&Ms in this one, but I think I double chipped them. Is this the batch I double chipped?
Well, Luna, you're not ghost white.
AKA Drunken Uncle Tail feature on QRKS video, and I'm just gonna send that to Drunken and Tail.
It's a lot of English. When they come off the plane ghost white, they get back on the plane pink.
I've actually had both Drunken Uncle and Tailed Feature on the show. I think I've told Tailed Feature about it. I'm not sure about Drunken Uncle.
Oh, Drunken Uncle would love that.
By the way, also, you see the stove docks that you're getting currently. Well, that stove broke down a few months ago, so I have a brand new oven. And for the cooking videos, did I do another cooking video? Or is the other one fine? I have cooking videos that because I didn't get a lot of views, I didn't finish the videos. But I have a fudge video. I have, it's a chocolate peanut butter 50-50 fudge video. I have a video for a roast, I think. And then another pastry video that I made, or cookie video or something that I made.
Luna, we call that porcelain skin. Fine porcelain skin.
I thought I did a damn good job. I mean, I've watched a couple of cooking videos and I thought, okay, I can do that.
So what's that? Chocolate chips?
Yeah, they're mini chocolate chips. Dark.
Pretty cool. Do you do big breakfasts at home?
Oh, not breakfast, but I do breakfast dinners, and I love them. You'll get your bacon. Tell me that wasn't cool video.
That was a very cool video.
Stop.
You didn't cut the squares, though.
No, I did that when it finished cooling down.
You left us hanging.
Food porn. I tell you what, Anybody who's ever eaten my food will tell you even my mistakes taste a lot better than I give credit to them. So keep that in mind. I cook some really, really good food. So this one, I want to say, is the other cooking video. And again, I just made it like a cooking video. I showed the prep work with a little description on what to do.
Both your hands this time.
No, you saw both hands last time. This time you see a sharp knife, and I was very, very careful. No reflections or anything in the knife. Like, you should have seen the prep work I did for all these videos. It was ridiculous.
Okay, so you're butchering up.
So this is a roast that I made. Here's what happened.
Is that a roast?
Yep.
Is that meat?
That's a pork roast.
Oh, I thought it was bread.
It wasn't fresh made. It was in the refrigerator for a couple days, and I didn't know what to do with it. And somebody, I want to say in my Discord, was talking about, somebody was somewhere was talking about schnitzel. And I was like, what the hell is schnitzel? And then they put a link in, and I went and looked at a picture, and I went, oh, you know what? I bet you I can do that, and I don't even need a recipe.
Buddy boy, I'm half German. That ain't schnitzel.
But wait, hold on. I have no idea what schnitzel is or how to make it. There's no recipe. I just grabbed some ingredients, measured them out, made a list of them on here, made a recipe, came up with things, because, you know, what I do know how to do.
What you made there was pork salad.
Hold on. No, I am not done. Just wait. Just wait. This is nowhere near done.
I see where you're heading. You're making patties, and then you're gonna cook up the patties.
Yeah.
So they're like schnitzel burgers, or not schnitzel, pork burgers.
Oh, they were so freaking good.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, so for this, I did not look up a recipe. So obviously, from someone who says they know how to make it, this is nowhere near it. This is me going, hey, I think I know what that might be made of, and I got some of these ingredients in my house. I'm going to put some of them together. In fact, I screwed up. You see me breaking up 2 eggs earlier, and then I put 2 more in because the mixture wasn't right to hold together.
And you put breadcrumbs in it too, right?
Yeah, I want to say I used some seasoned breadcrumbs in it.
Yeah.
Not very many in it though, and then I rolled them in breadcrumbs.
That would have helped you. That would have helped.
See, there's me adding. You can't see it, but there's me adding breadcrumbs to the mixture to make it stick together consistently. First, you have to make it kind of liquidy, give it something to stick to.
Yep.
And oh, I can't tell you how good these things were.
I love inventing recipes. I made this crazy omelet once. I took the pan, heated it up, put plenty butter in it, and then layered the whole bottom of the pan with breadcrumbs. And cooked those breadcrumbs until they basically congealed. They turned into a crust. And I threw beaten eggs on top of it. So now it's like an omelet. And then I folded it in 4s. And what it ended up being was egg, crispy crunch, egg, crispy crunch, egg, crispy crunch in layers. It really turned out nice.
I put a lot of effort into these cooking videos. The actual food takes me like a half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes to cook. With the cooking video, I spent 3 to 5 hours on some of this food. I actually had to stick things in the refrigerator in between so they'd stay chilled until I cooked.
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach, Joshua.
I'm the better cook. And everybody loves eating in my house. Oh, look at those. Look at those.
Schnitzel is basically very thin, breaded fillets. So if it's a
so it's a fillet.
Yeah, it's a thin. Yeah, it's like imagine a a pork chop butterflied with no bone, and then you dip that in egg batter and flour and then breadcrumbs, and then you fry that up. That's schnitzel. Or you can compare it to a fried steak, you know, a breaded steak.
Yeah.
But yeah, schnitzel's usually pork.
So I don't absolutely know how to make schnitzel. If that video doesn't prove it, then I don't know what does. It also proves I do know how to just throw something together without a recipe. I'll create a recipe, damn it. I like good food. If it sounds like it might be good, I'm making it. Let's see. Am I missing anything in that? So how do you guys like that? I've only got a few people in here taking a look. How do you like my cooking videos if nobody's seen them before?
It's a nice progression.
Yeah, right? To go from the first NumbedSkull video at the beginning there with the toilet flushing to like a professional style cooking video even.
I even like the background music.
Yeah, oh man, I spend hours looking for something that's like in tune with what I'm doing. By the way,
the music that I'm playing right now will not get you.
I can hear most of what you're playing, so yeah.
It's what do you call it? Free.
I don't know if some people realize this. This may sound really stupid, okay? But when you go watch a video and you get a good or a bad feel from the video, or an action scene does or doesn't live up to what you expected, it's not always because the movie or the actor or the cut don't live up to what you expect.
It's the music.
Sometimes it's the music. And it's been explained to me in so many different ways from people who actually do music. I've watched videos on how to make videos, on how to piece together things and how to cue it in. And it really is the audio. You really have to key in the audio you're using. And years ago, I used to do like video montages for somebody and give those out for Christmases. I'd do like family video montage of the year and hand it out as a DVD for Christmas. I did one for a buddy, for him and his wife for Christmas, of their daughter and them. And when he first watched the video I gave him, I had timed out the Butterfly Kisses song to the progression of his daughter growing up over the last couple of years from the pictures he gave me, and he broke into tears.
Nice.
It's about using the music. Sometimes if you have to, start with the music and then build from there. But the music is so essential in what you do. Like, when I sit and work on my intros, the music is so important.
Yeah, but it can't be by itself. In other words, it has to be matched to what you're seeing too.
Yeah.
It has to all work. It has to all work together.
I've sat down and tried to create new intros, and I haven't found a song that gives me that diddy bopping feel on the way into the great debate. Like, hey, I'm going to get uppity and excited to do this. I haven't gotten that feeling from another song yet.
How about this? It's
a feeling you have to get. So when you watch a video and you get that lead-in music that trickles down into from the really high pitched noises, and then it goes down into the low, quiet noise right before something's about to happen. And sometimes you can key into that low, quiet music as it's trailing, and then you realize something's about to go right in your face. And the music that goes along with that trails into it, that hits as that happens and then leads you back down, that's what creates the effect that lasts. So, whether people know it or not, music is important. When you're doing something, the music kind of has to match what you're doing as closely as you can. And that's hard. It really is hard.
It is. But it's great that you can make somebody affect somebody so deeply by something you created.
Oh, I hope. This is just a hobby. I've been doing this for a year. I started literally 1 year ago, the 7th of April, and in the last year, I've only probably created for about 7 or 8 months. I took the summer off last year. I took quite a bit of time off after I lost my mom. I'm probably going to take a bunch of the nice weather off again this year because I am outdoorsy and I could really earn. I know it's the 6th of April, guys, but I won't be able to stream tomorrow afternoon. And Dada and I are doing a new show tomorrow night, so I'm doing this tonight for convenience. And if you want to get technical, today is the last day of my first year, thus completing the year. Ah, see? It's hard though to keep going. I want to keep making the show. I appreciate it. I want to keep making the show.
A lot of everybody who has seen the show or been on the show has liked the show. There's only been positivity.
Yeah,
So
it's just a matter
I would
of
keep it up. It just hasn't broken through yet.
I do have to change it around a bit. As summer comes through, the 2 o'clock in the afternoon show, the 2 p.m. Eastern time show that I do, is going to have to either go to 9 in the morning or 7 at night. I need my afternoons. When that sun comes up and that weather is nice outside, I am not sitting here at my desk playing on a computer. I'm sorry.
Well, you may want to do that. You may want to do it early morning and evening, just every other day.
I think that's sort of what I'm going to lead into. I'm either going to cut the number of shows per week back down for the summer, or I'm going to flip the schedule around a little bit and come up with a nice, flexible schedule where I know I can handle it and I can still get a bunch of stuff done during the day. Also, as summer comes, I'm looking for those jobs that I can grab to make a few bucks and put some money set aside in the bank account. Obviously, putting a little spare nest egg aside with YouTube isn't going to work, and I'm not going to go shoot the place up for money. So,
I don't think it works that way. You pull out a gun and ask for money. I think that's called robbery.
All right, I'll use a hockey stick instead.
Even if you deserve the money, and even though they stole the money out of your account, I think it's still called robbery.
Yeah, they might. That's why.
Hey, can I partially dox you and ask you what you do for side money?
I do just about anything. I help people move. I do small construction jobs. I build things. I do minor plumbing, minor electrical.
Okay, so you're a handyman.
I do landscaping. Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. And I got a couple of buddies that own places, and when they need an extra hand, they often give me a call and be like, "Dude, I got a job for you. It's $15 an hour, $17 an hour. I need you here for 6 hours."
Ryder has a point. If you did your show in the evenings, you would get more viewers. If you do it in the morning, you would get more European viewers. That's why I said maybe every other time you should do it maybe once in the morning and once in the evening. That'll also give you ample time all for your side work.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is my honest thought is if I keep all 5 shows a week, which I have to tell you guys separately, that is it can be. But if I do, the 2 afternoon shows are probably going to move to 7 p.m. and then it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. for the Great Debate. Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. for the Great Debate, and then Saturday at 7 p.m. for the other show.
Right.
Yeah. I
Or
wish
or
I could
or just
explain to you guys how
what if
much mental racking it takes some mornings, some afternoons, some evenings to just go, I know I need to make these questions. I know I need
what
to
if
make
you what if
questions.
you did it what if you only did it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then switched the time? So one week you'd be doing it twice in the evening, and then the next week you'd be doing it twice in the morning.
My big dilemma is
And
I
then
want to be
the days
very
between.
consistent on it.
Well, no, what I'm saying is then the days between you can line up guests.
Yeah, so that's sort of how I started it, and it almost started working, but then I needed the other time because some of the people who wanted to get on the show weren't able to get on in the morning.
But that's what I'm saying. In other words, if you flip it like that, then you can schedule ahead.
I've
People,
honestly thought about doing keeping Monday morning at 9 in the morning, taking like Wednesday to 2 in the afternoon, moving Friday to 7 at night, and then scheduling something for us on
yeah.
Saturday or 7 and just stretching the show out a little better, but I don't want an afternoon show. I
No,
need to.
afternoons. To be honest, afternoons are hard because everybody's working.
Yeah. The other
I mean,
thing
at
is,
that point, yeah.
it's it's a matter of I can't really be hugely concerned. I've been online for a year as the Numbskull, other profiles aside, and I at 200 subscribers for what I've done and what I do, I can't at all complain. I won't complain. I'm very very happy with what my little hobby has come to with the effort I've put into it. I don't do the 12 and 14-hour days staring at my screen to make a 10-minute or a 5-minute video anymore, which is what I got up to for a while. I probably spend I spend about 4 or 5 hours a day sitting at my computer creating or working on something for the show. I probably, and this is what aggravates my wife, outside of that 4 or 5 hours, spend another 6 or 7 or more hours a day trying to consume at least one stream or one video at a time. And pay attention to all the different conversations, the different topics, the different questions that come up by people all over the place. And try to not use necessarily what they say, but to re-perspective the question and ask it again differently.
Right.
And that's not an easy thing. I'm not gonna claim it is. I'm not gonna tell anybody they should try and do what I'm doing because I've seen other people try to come up with regular questions and it is not going to work easy for you. I don't know how the hell I've done as many shows as I've done. That is the God's honest truth. You know what I mean?
You want to hear something funny? I don't know if this is now a a Mandela effect or if I was just being stupid. But for the longest time, I thought your avatar name was Numbered Skull.
No, it's always been numbed, but the problem
You
is
sure
that even
about
when
that?
people say hi, the autocorrect on most people's phones turns my name to Numbered Skull.
Because I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it Numbered Skull. I think you may be in a different alternate universe.
I've honestly tried when I first started before my phones and my computer picked up to the fact that I type it a lot. My computer and my phones kept changing the text to number skull.
Number Skull. Yeah, I mean, matter of fact, to continue on with that Mandela effect, when your skull is sideways walking out on stage, I could have almost sworn that you had numbers tattooed to the top of your head.
Where did I find that? I went looking for a free to use 400 by 400 scrap patch of a bone. I was looking for a bone texture to retexture the skull to in one of my first attempts. And
You heard it here first.
I learned that you cannot texture with the color of bone because the color of bone is so light. When you take it into a black and white image, there's so little black to show depth and contour of the skull that when you apply that to a 3D application, it leaves the skull really smooth and shiny.
Crazy.
So what I did is I went and I looked for different patches, and I found one that looked like a really, really light colored wood stain ish green, and I applied that, and I was like, ooh, that looks like a skull. I'm sticking with it. That's why you see, now that I say wood grain, you can probably see the grains going through my skull if you look at it real quick. But that's what it is. It's a light texture wood grain, I think, for coloring images in 3D.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's, I mean, I still think maybe you're in an alternate universe.
I might be. Or there is a numbered skull out there somewhere.
So have we decided to do the flat Earth topic?
Yeah. Grab a couple of video clips and bring them in, and we will roughshot the first show, see how it goes, and then spend a week making the little tweaks and changes that need to make it a thing.
Okay.
So, did I give everybody the little quick look at what I got going? This is a quick look at what will be tomorrow's show, the Numbed Wasteland. Different look at what's out there.
Is anybody in chat?
It says there's people there unless the bots took over and killed all the people in chat. I think the bots took over and killed all the people in chat.
Let's have a Mouseketeer roll call.
Not dead. Just enjoying the hangout. Does everybody like what I have set up? Just don't have much to say. That's alright. You don't have to say much. I appreciate you just hanging out. Does everybody like... Oops, that's the one I want to show. Okay, so that one's the one I worked at for a while today. Trying to find something that looked... Well, it had to look cool. So this is what I made. This is the header for our new show.
Wait a second. Does this mean we're married?
No. It means...
Because you took my last name.
But you took my first name.
It doesn't work that way. I don't take first names. You took my last name.
I honestly, I kind of liked this one. I was looking at our names and trying to come up with puns or plays on something that could be generic for the type of things that we intend to look at in the future as this show as the new show, the Numbed Wasteland, progresses. And the reason I thought the Numbed Wasteland would be a pretty cool idea is because Data Wasteland, well, we all know what a wasteland is. And numbskulls, we all know about the numbskulls. And a numbed wasteland.
Watch the stuff.
Yeah. You know what? The numbed wasteland is basically Numbskull throwing his opinion in on all of the information that Data happens to always have.
Hey, I'm just a fast Googler.
Yeah, you've got this data, this wasteland full of data, and this numbskull. So I figured we'd call it the Numbed Wasteland.
Well, yeah, okay, I hear that. Kind of like, well, you're a handyman. You're a master of a lot of things and an expert on none. And I've got a whole ton of useless information stuffed in my skull.
Good. It should make for a good show. I'm going to tweak the stuff for the show tomorrow. It won't look exactly like this, but this is what you will see for the most part. Let's get back over to my celebration show setup. You guys You guys would be surprised how many scenes and setups I got over here on this side. I try to make things look so cool when I can. It's just layers on top of layers on top of layers. Like hot fudge drizzled over the top of your chocolate raspberry ice cream. With the music you got going in the background, I was just like, oh, layers.
Did you see Saki's chat?
I now pronounce you hand and skull. You may shake the bone. Oh, I
I want half. And wear a bone through your nose.
I should probably turn it over to the chat if they feel so inclined to ask the bot to say something. I'm going to need you to tell me what you want the bot to say and what you want the call to be for the bot to say it. And we will call this the last 17 minutes of the show. Where is my stream actually?
So what made you think of NumbedSkull or NumbedSkull as an avatar?
I thought sometimes people can be a numbskull. Like, I started with the skull, obviously. And I sat there, skull and snake, and I doodled with some ideas as I was making the notes for the first video I was watching. And then I went to Numb as Numb, numbskull, and that was taken all over the place. I was like, all right, I need something original. And I started playing with different words that sounded close enough, and I came up with Numbed Skull. And it works, Numbed Skull.
Well, it's unique.
And it kind of stands out. It's something quick and easy to remember that people have heard before.
You want to ask me?
How you came up with Data Wasteland?
Yeah.
I could tell you what I assumed because it came out of my mouth a few minutes ago.
What was?
That you're a wasteland full of data.
Oh, no, well, actually, I wanted to come up with a new Gmail account. And I know coming up with a new Gmail account, a lot of times it's really hard because you come up with a phrase and you end up having to put a whole row of numbers behind it. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's been taken so many times. So I wanted something that described the World Wide Web as I feel it kind of is. Because it's been around so long now that there's information that's buried.
Yeah.
There's information that's so old out there that it's useless. It's been rewritten. So.
And it was made before 2000, or printed, or it was injected to the web before 2000. So trying to date search on it is damn near important or impossible.
Well, and that's kind of why it's sort of important. If you're looking for something specific, it's kind of important that you do use the time option on the search engine.
Yeah. People don't understand how important time is. It only has its own damn dimension.
When I put Data Wasteland in and saw that it was available, I was like, cool. And I grabbed it. And then when I got on YouTube, I just associated my Gmail account to that. Makes it real simple for people to get in contact with.
Right.
And that's how it was created.
You know, I had that fear thought in the back of my head that if I do happen to catch on ever, that somebody's going to go grab the profile numbskull wherever that is so they can try and, mimic the numbskull. So one of the things I did for the first month, I put videos up. And I laugh about this now, but I have so many social media profiles all over the place. I have 3 or 4 pages in a notebook of the places the profile is and the passwords I used for that profile, so that when I go through and clear the history, I have to put all the passwords in again. They're all different. And it takes me forever to check all my social media sometimes because I locked in the NumbedSkull on all profiles I could lock it down on.
Cool. Very cool.
Talk about something stupid you do in the first month.
Well, that was also kind of smart, not stupid.
Yeah, I thought it smart as in a down the road kind of thing, but here I am a year later going, wow, this really didn't go how I expected it. I thought maybe I could come up with a cool idea and grow to like 400 or 500 in a few months and, go from there and see what happened, see whether it went up or down and, play with the channel. And as I pushed, the harder I seemed to push, it's like, yep, I got one person to watch today. Cool. I got 2 people to watch today. Awesome. I got a new guy in the show today. Yeah. Every time I see somebody without a wrench these days, I'm like, awesome. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming.
I think it's just going to take a little more time, but once you get to that tipping point, then you'll freak out by the growth.
Again, this only fills the time that I have available for it.
Yeah,
so
no,
if I can do something with the time that I have to do it in, cool.
What I'm trying to say is it's always going to be the same amount of time,
Yeah.
but if you've got 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers, and it still takes you the same time, at some point you could hire your wife to help you.
It'd be nice if I could have somebody. I work on the scenes and the sources a lot, trying to get the right look. It'd be nice to have somebody else running the sources and scenes for me, so I can run some of the other stuff in the to tell you how many windows I have open to run this show right here, which isn't even my game show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 windows open. 2 of them have 1 tab. One of them has 4 tabs. Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to a lot to make sure that I run a decent show. I put the effort in.
Yes, Joshua, Google is a data wasteland.
Yeah. Is Ask Jeeves still around?
No. And neither is, what's it called? Alta Vista.
Oh,
Alta Vista.
wow.
Alta Vista was bought by Yahoo. So if you put Alta Vista in your search engine, it'll take you right to Yahoo. A lot of people are moving to DuckDuckGo to get away from Google as a
you could always Bing it.
Bing it. You can Bing it.
Bing it.
I mean, I had an issue once. I had a client who had a very specific problem with his computer, and he was working for a big insurance company, and he was basically a phone sales rep, probably the biggest one in the company. And this company had an entire floor dedicated to IT to fix his issue. And they couldn't fix his issue. And he's in Miami, Chicago, and he's not trusting me. He's telling me to have them tell me what to do to his computer, and I go through all the steps of everything they want him to do, and it's still broken. And they were Googling the issue, but they were coming up with something that was long since gone. And eventually, after about 2 weeks, he finally said, okay, they can't fix it, you fix it. And I figured out what it was. His issue was his Internet Explorer was crashing when he was really deep into their database. Their entire system uses a phone and database all within Internet Explorer and Exchange. And every once in a while, the whole thing would lock up, crash, and dump all the data, which was terrible for this guy.
I
It
don't
ended up
think MSN became MSNBC. MSN on Computer World was the Microsoft network. MSNBC, I don't think that has anything to do with the Microsoft network. The MS was added into the NBC as a prefix. So those two acronyms are not the same. MSN and MSNBC are not even close.
right. Anyways, long story short, it was he had a too early copy of Adobe on his computer, version 8, and he needed version 9 for it to be fixed.
I don't
And
know,
it was
like Flash Player or
it was
something.
It was the PDF printer that was tied into his Internet Explorer that was crashing their system in his Explorer. And basically, it was the kids over on that IT floor that couldn't figure it out because they didn't know how to Google right.
MSN was the Microsoft network. MSM was Microsoft Messenger. They were not
Right.
bought out by NBC. What it is Microsoft. They modify their messenger. It's not gone. They just changed it, and it only works in certain things in Microsoft. You have to be on their website or in their applications for it to work now.
Actually, they just discontinued it. You know how in Windows 7 you can't find Movie Maker anymore?
Yeah, you have to go find it.
Actually, it's impossible to find. I did happen to
I
find
have
it.
it.
Yeah, I do too. What you have to do is you have to load a Windows expansion pack, and that comes with a whole bunch of updated. What is it?
I have a
That's
full boot version of Windows Media Player. I think it's saved to one of my hard drives right now. I can give it to people.
Microsoft Messenger basically was in that pack also.
Microsoft Messenger, AOL Messenger, and Yahoo Messenger ruled the internet. That was the three top lines of chat. That was Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube of the time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing to think of. MSN, Yahoo, and AOL, the top three of the time, are now Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. That wasn't even 20 years ago, kids. Just think of how quick it can change in another 5 years if people get pissed off enough at the way the sites are treating us now.
There was an article done by the.
Somebody type data in chat for us, please.
Huh? There was an article done by the editor of Wired magazine about the age of the internet, and at the time, the internet was 9,000 days old.
That would be what, 30 years? Wait, yeah.
Let's see.
Nobody wants to add any other new commands? I know there aren't a lot of people left out there. Looking over here, it looks like I got just short of 5 minutes until I cut the stream.
Can Chad hear that music?
Yes, I haven't turned. I don't think I turned you down. I turned my music down. Let's
see. The World Wide Web is 25 years old today. This year, the internet is 45 years old. Tim, what?
The internet is older than the World Wide Web.
Tim Berners-Lee, the British scientist at CERN, invented the World Wide Web in 1989.
The reason he may cut in and out is one of the ways you can keep your bandwidth down is by limiting your audio settings to a certain level on all applications. And my levels I have set to do that. So if you pump too much music through coming through like Discord or Yahoo or something, it'll actually limit the amount of audio that comes through to keep it from pushing too much bandwidth back out. Because as everybody knows, for me to upload what I'm doing right now takes a lot more than the download. So the more I try to push out, the harder it gets. And most of the time, my streams stay pretty clear and consistent.
Did you know that Google is misspelled?
Is it on purpose?
No, accidentally. Google's supposed to be, Googleplex.
Really?
Well, Google is not spelled Google. Which just shows you that software writers and coders are really piss poor spellers.
Yeah, right? I'm constantly, I'll spell the word out, I'll go, okay, that looks right. Shit. Siri, how do you spell porn? I gotta double check my spelling, make sure it's right before I press enter. And then I'll do that. I'll go through and spell check all my shit, and then after I'm done, I won't realize that instead of probably, I put probable.
Exactly, Saki. Googleplex.
Type the internet is for in chat.
The internet is for porn.
Yes, just the internet is for. No quotations, no explanations or exclamations or any of that other shit.
Ask Siri where the best place to hide a dead body is.
I don't want to let Siri tell you what my other address is. Why did that not work? Too many spaces? I don't know. Crap, I have a lot of these now. I don't even know what page it's on. It should pop up porn. I don't know why it's not working.
Well, I've got the internet is forever. The internet is for word search. The internet is forever criminal minds. The internet is for every. The internet is for corn. And then if I hit the space, it'll bring me up to the internet is for word search. The internet is for everyone. The internet is for corn. The internet is for word search pro. The internet is for Porn Avenue Q.
Yeah, the internet is for Avenue Q to sing the internet is for porn. Oh, sometimes I hate this bot. Let me go in here and find out what I did wrong. Oh, you know what might be wrong? Is for...
Hello, Stephen Walmart.
Welcome. You're catching us just before we're cutting loose. Believe it or not, I was gonna hit that end button in just a minute here. But
yeah, we're sort of winding it up.
I procrastinate. All right, somebody type the internet. Try that one. Let's try just the internet.
Anybody, type it in chat.
Do I have to kill the bot?
Well, you need to. Hey,
I'm
I
not
got
kidding, guys. It says the internet. That's smash.
I got an idea. No,
Huh?
why don't we invite everybody into the Discord room?
I've left it open.
Anybody who wants to come in and say hi and
It's been open for an hour and a half now.
well, yeah, but nobody's gonna walk into a room that A, they don't know exists, and B, they don't know if the door is locked.
The door is locked to my Discord. If you catch it while I'm sleeping, hope one of my very few mods catches you and helps you out.
Is everybody in does everybody know Numbed
Type Discord.
Discord?
Just type Discord in the chat and press enter. Let's see if the bot can do that shit right. There it is.
Hop on in, and then the room is Graveyard Hangout.
Well,
Capitalized.
hop in, and you're gonna see the Valley of the Shadow of Death and the field. Just say hi in the sheet. In the sheet. Say hi in the field, and I'll move you up, and then you'll be able to see the rest of it, or most of the rest of it, as it's under construction still, as it keeps growing. We just recently added a new security system. I do apologize for any hassle in joining the Discord should you choose to, but security is very important in a world as it grows. Oh, so that's...
$6 million man, you're breaking up.
Is that me, or it could be me?
Yeah, that's you. Unless I'm breaking up.
It could be you. It's okay, though, because we're past time. Maybe if I restart the bot and secretly hit it with the sledgehammer I got out back. With that, I think we are going to call it a night. I'm sure I need to make sure... No!
Call what a night? Call what a night?
Oh, I have children to put in their place before it gets too horribly late.
In their place?
Yeah, I have 2 kids in one room watching a video, and...
Oh, you have your guest, too.
Yeah, and I have the other kid in the other room, and the guest... I have a son and I have a daughter, and the guest is my sister-in-law, but she's much younger than me and my wife, so she's roughly our kid's age, and she's watching a video in my son's room, and she's not staying in there. She's staying in my daughter's room, so...
Right.
Got to put an end to things, get things where they need to be so I can relax.
Oh, you're going to be the wet blanket.
It's... What would that be? That would be aunt and nephew. That's not cool. I don't live that far in the country.
Well, I guess nobody's taking us up on the Discord.
Nah, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Like I said, it's still small. It's still growing. I appreciate who and every single person in the chat. Just so you all know, you are the wrenched. As of, well, tomorrow night's stream, I'm not wrenching anybody because it's a different show. And then on Monday, in order to earn a wrench, you got to come on the show to get a wrench. Oh, we have somebody, Luna Horizon.
Luna!
I think Luna was in here for a while back when it was really, really small. We're going to give her that undead roll. And take away that bodies by the gate roll, because that's terrible to hold you with. And then, you should be able to see everything, Luna. I hope, if my security system is working.
It's on the left under Ghosted. Open Graves.
Oh, she's in there. And then we are in the Graveyard Hangout. You'll see it's the only one with people in it talking. If you would like to jump in, I'll hang out for just a minute. If not, that's okay. If I get a new phone, I'll join your Discord. Okay. Damn, that sounds terrible. I don't know what sounds terrible. Probably some of the music as it cuts in and out. Later, everyone might be lurking on Discord. Bye, Saki. Have a good night. Alright, cool. Any other social media you guys want to follow me on, you can type that in the chat. The only weird one, I don't know why I did it that way, is Twitter. You don't type Twitter, you type tweet. Everything else, you type the one-word name of it, and Facebook will give you Facebook, and Maker Support gives you Maker Support, Gab gives you Gab, and VidMe's dead, and Facebook should die a horrible, bloody death. Wait, did I say that out loud? Oh shit, we gotta go.
See you later, Numb.
Alright, I'm gonna play that royalty-free music out for just a minute while I look for some new stuff that I don't have yet. So here we go.
Everybody have a real good Friday night.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for helping me get to 200. Thank you for being subscribers. Thank you for catching the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how many times I could say it to be enough. And, I have way too many settings on here. I'm gonna have to fix things. Look at that. Fire! Hit a bunch of buttons on your way out, guys. Thank you. Have a good night.